a lot pretty similar, I think, as far as hitters are concerned to like Atlanta, honestly. Um, Kind of some B-level guys there that, other than Yelich, that all produce pretty well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, clearly they're looking like one of the better teams in baseball this year, and they won their division last year, didn't they? I believe
Yeah,
that they won the division.
yeah, they
Yeah.
actually did on the last day of the year, I believe. They beat was it Chicago,
Oh
right?
yeah, they had to play to get in for the division of the wild card, and the Cubs went from, oh my God, I forgot about that. The Cubs went from one of the better teams in the National League to sliding the last couple weeks and having to play for the wild card and got knocked out in the wild card.
Yeah, yeah, I loved that, man. I'm not a Cubs
I
fan
forgot
either.
that's how that went down.
Well, dude, I like where your head's at with the Brew Crew. I like where your head's at with Seattle. I wouldn't mind seeing those guys win. I think you're probably wrong about Boston, bro. But other than that, I can kind of identify with where you're going. How about any players? Let's uh let's go straight into either some player predictions here or some standings predictions. What do you want to do first?
Yeah, I mean, we can do some player predictions.
All right, man.
Who do you think's going to be the MVP of the National League this year?
National League. I was thinking about this a little bit. I'm thinking about switching here, but I'm gonna go with Christian Yelich again, man. I I think it's probably because of how hot his start has been. Uh, but Christian Yelich is gonna be a badass. I saw Bryce Harper is the odds-on favorite, and I was gonna pick Arenado. I thought that Nolan Arenado being in Colorado and having, I believe he's averaged 42 home runs over the past 4 years, and he bats like over 300. So I figured maybe
Ballpark.
him. Yeah, I mean partially, obviously. I'm sure he would probably hit 35 home runs anyway. But I'm gonna go with Christian Yelich, man. He's off to a hot start. He just won last year. He finished his second half of the season was incredible. And like I said earlier, man, I think right now he's the best player. Who do you got?
Man, my heart tells me this, and my eyes tell me this. I think it's going to be Freddie Freeman.
Yeah,
Dude's been in the top five of the MVP voting. I think the last 3 years in a row, he's been in the top five of the vote. He hasn't been able to break through, but the dude is just so damn consistent. Played in 162 games last year. So, I mean, obviously that would help my team out a whole lot if he had an MVP type year. He could
yeah.
probably use a little bit more in the home run production. I think he only averages maybe like 20 to 25 home runs a year.
That's probably what's cost him, honestly. I mean, um, did you say 3 years in a row he's been in the top five?
Man, I'm pretty sure. You might need to fact check that,
No,
but
I'm not even
I'm
gonna.
pretty confident in
Yeah,
this.
I believe you. I mean, that's kind of what I'm saying there too. Like, honestly, Freeman is a B-level star, or maybe even a B-level player who just is performing. I don't understand where this fucking. He's good, man. He's really good, but he's not. He's not as good as Bryce Harper is, but somehow he fucking maybe maybe stats and shit are good. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's not really like the eye test that much or things like that. You know what I mean? Because he has performed. He's performed better than Bryce Harper over the past. I mean, Bryce Harper's had one really good season, like really good season. Other than that, I mean, he's been probably a worse player than Freddie.
I would have to agree with that. Freddie Freeman is an everyday producer, man. He hits the opposite field. He's
Yeah,
a lefty that hits left-handed pitching. He'll hit opposite field for power, for
doesn't
average.
strike out much.
I love that dude. I'm even wearing the Freddie Freeman jersey that I got from you.
Are you right now?
I'm wearing it right now. Yes,
Hell
sir.
yeah, man. Hell yeah. I don't know why I'm not wearing it. I should have thought about it. I got the Red Sox hat on though. I do have that. Fucking
There you go.
you think that he's better than Bryce Harper though as a baseball player? Do you think so? Like who do you think's a better
Yeah, I mean, I
baseball
do,
player?
man. I think that he's more consistent. I think
Yeah.
that if he could get to like the 30 home run plateau, I think that would get his name a little more into the spotlight.
Yeah.
But I think that's honestly the only thing that's holding him back. He's an above average defender. Granted, he's at first base.
Sure.
But I mean, yeah, the guy's a stud, man. I think that he produces consistently enough to be in that conversation.
I like it as far as an MVP pick, man, and I like it too because I went with Christian Yelich, man. You know what I mean? Like, so I like it as far as it's interesting, and I don't disagree that he's a beast, and I think I would still take Bryce Harper, but I don't think it's a crazy idea that you wouldn't, honestly. All right, who you got for AL, man?
AL, man. I don't know who I've got for my MVP out there. There's so many players. I mean, between Mike Trout,
Yeah.
I think we might see another one of those Justin Verlander type of years where
Maybe.
he's in the conversation for MVP.
You don't have a pick, though? Even just shoot it out of left field?
Man, it's got to be between Mookie Betts and Mike Trout. I don't know who I've got between those two, but those are the two best players in the AL, I have to say.
Yeah, man. I'm there with you. Mike Trout's finished in second the last 2 seasons. Most people think he's the best player in baseball. I think Mookie Betts is going to win the MVP, too. That motherfucker.
All right.
Mookie Betts is underrated, bro. Mookie Betts, I think he's as good as Mike Trout. I mean, I think physically, like I actually think he's better than Yelich and better, maybe not better than Harper. I don't know. Like Mookie Betts is a fucking demon of speed. He hits. He's short, so he's like the opposite of what you wanted to be back in the day, right? He's short, so you can't fucking get pitches by him. The strike zone is tiny. He doesn't strike out. He hits triples. He hits homers. He plays pretty damn good defense. I'm taking Mookie for sure, bro.
He's perfect for today's baseball.
I agree. He in the 80s and shit, he probably would have been an average player, but now he's also super smart. I mean, that's why he's he underrated, bro. Mookie Betts is underrated. He's going to get a fat contract. I'm telling you that. I've already heard over 300.
This is something I was thinking about with. This is something I was thinking about with someone like Ronald Acuna Jr., who him and Mookie Betts are so damn fast. Speed can make up for you going through a funk. If you're fast and you put all your effort into every play, man, you can break yourself out of a slump. Those types of players don't go through slumps like the rest of the dudes that maybe rely on their power or rely on contact to produce. The dudes like the Mookie Betts, the Ronald Acuna Juniors, they're so fast, man, that and in like something that's a typical routine grounder is going to turn into a hit, and you're just adding to your stats right there.
Dude, I'm 100% with you, man. I mean, the thing is, if you can get a walk, you can steal a base. Like that underrated part of baseball, I think, is extremely valuable. I mean, that's one thing Trout does too. I mean, Trout doesn't. He steals bases. Trout does everything, and he's a bigger frame than Mookie is. And Acuna. I mean, I think Acuna could be the best player in baseball if everything goes well for him. You got a lot of power, and then just lightning fucking fast. One of the better defensive players in the league. I love Acuna, man, and I love that they signed him for $100 million too. I think that's a fantastic.
Man, he hit 25. I think he hit 26 home runs last year, which was his rookie year. So I mean, he hits for a decent amount of power.
Well, and most of that too, he got hot. Like not even really got hot. He got better as the season progressed. He had little cold. He was a rookie. And he had some cold spots here at the beginning, but I mean he was Juan Soto was going to win the Rookie of the Year last year, but Acuna had a monster. I mean Juan Soto is a fucking awesome player, but Acuna had a monster second half of the season, and I mean how many homers does he have this year? Do you know?
He's got one so far this year. He hit 19 after the All-Star break last year, though.
I mean, I could see him hitting 35, 40. You know what I mean? I can see
Easily.
him being the same
Easily.
player that Mookie is, except he plays center, right? Whereas Mookie plays center too, but
No, he plays left field, actually.
oh, okay, I thought he played center field. My bad. Yeah, but I mean,
We have Ender and Ciarte in center field.
word, okay. But yeah,
3 consecutive Gold Gloves.
yeah, I mean, he's a beast. He's a beast. I follow you, bro. Acuna could play center though, and that's the thing about like Mookie plays right, but he plays center. If Jackie Bradley doesn't play, he plays center field pretty well. But Jackie Bradley is a freak of nature as far as chasing the fucking ball down.
Oh yeah.
Talk about fast, right? All right, man. What do you
For
need?
sure.
Some Cy Youngs? What you got for AL Cy Young, bro?
What was that?
You want to do some Cy Youngs?
For sure.
What you
AL
got?
Cy Young, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the dude that I already mentioned, Justin Verlander. I think that dude's probably gonna light it up this year. He just signed a 2-year, $66 million contract.
Yeah, that's big, man. Especially for being as old. I mean, it's not that he's terribly old, but that is really fucking badass here. The resurrection of his career, obviously, 2 years ago. I mean, with Houston and everything. I mean, he's a fucking animal. I think it's a pretty good pick. There's a lot of picks. The AL is fucking packed. I mean, there's Chris Sale. There's Luis Severino. I mean, there's Trevor Bauer. I'm going with Corey Kluber, bro. The Klubot. That's what I'm taking.
The Kluber.
Yeah, the Klubot, man. That's where I'm at. I mean, I think he's been top 3 the past couple of years. I think he's probably the most consistent pitcher out of all those guys. I mean, Snell, but I'm gonna back off the Snell train for a second. But Chris Sale's had injury issues. Verlander's had ups and downs. Garrett Cole, I like Garrett Cole a lot, but I'm just gonna go with Kluber, man. That's my pick there for AL Cy Young. That's where I'm at.
That's a smart pick.
Yeah, I think so. How about NL, man?
Ooh, NL, man, that is a tough one. You're looking at it's going to be one of 3 dudes. I think Noah Syndergaard, or no. I'm talking about the other Mets pitcher,
Greasy.
Jacob deGrom,
Yeah.
Max Scherzer, or Aaron Nola. Those have been the 3. Those are like the 3 top dudes last year.
I like it.
Man, I think it's probably going to be Scherzer. That guy's just so damn consistent.
Isn't he the only player? Well, I don't know. He's the only active player to win a Cy Young in both AL and NL, right? I'm pretty sure about that. Scherzer's probably like I said earlier when we were talking. He's my favorite pitcher to watch. I'm pretty sure. I just like how intense he is. Got 4 pitches. I love Scherzer. That was the pick that I was going to go with like 3 hours ago. If we had this conversation like 3 hours ago, I was going to take Max Scherzer. But I'm watching the Mets-Nats game right now, bro. And I've got to take DeGrom again. That motherfucker is... I saw a thing today. First of all, it's been like 30-something games since he's given up more than 3 runs. That's one thing. His ERA was like 1.7 something last year. He strikes people out. It's not like he's just like Greg Maddoxing. He strikes people out. I just saw a thing today. He has as many home runs in the past 47 and a half innings that he's pitched as he's given up, which is 1. But, to me, he's a stud. Yeah, he's given up 1 home run in the last 47 and a half innings, man. And he's also hit 1, so he kind of canceled it out. But honestly, to me, the thing that sets him apart, and I wanted Scherzer to win last year, honestly, but the thing that sets DeGrom apart is he doesn't have any bad games. I mean, it's like 30-something games in a row that he's given up 3 runs or less. And a lot of those are shutouts. And a lot of those are 8-inning pitching, And
he's not getting any support to back it up either.
No,
like there's a lot of pitchers that they get their team gets down and they call it in for the day, man. He was playing on a bad team last year and he still ended up with a sub-2 ERA.
Yeah. To me, DeGrom's a guy. I'd like to see Scherzer win it. I love Scherzer. And I don't really care for DeGrom. He's kind of like a personality-less human being. As far as the media is concerned or whatever. I don't know who he is in real life, but and I don't hate him. If anybody, I probably like Syndergaard better as far as just like his style and shit like that, his swagger, you know what I'm saying, the Thor and all that shit. But DeGrom's the guy to beat this year, man, in my eyes.